Well, Chris, it's nice to see you in the Talk Sport building. You are dressed in the big coat, ready for the English weather. What are you doing in London?
Well, I'm here to actually promote the Cricket All Rounder app. It's a new app, pretty much a digital app. So, being an ambassador myself and Jimmy Anderson just came on board as well. So that's the reason why I'm in the UK, not to watch football, but I'm a fan of football as well. So automatically, I have to take a look at my side, which is Man United. So yeah.
I come from a mining background, a very sort of area of the country. And I found as though it was very difficult to get into cricket because it was during the sort of late 80s, early 90s. It was a difficult sport to get in. It was a elitist sport. Is this you sort of going back to your roots and trying to promote the game because of the sort of huge profile you have?
Yeah, I can speak on that as well. My background is pretty much similar. We didn't grow up in the luxury atmosphere. We have to fend for ourselves. We didn't have any sort of gears or anything luxurious like that. So was pretty much on the street. So with this app now, digital taking over the world, Cricket All Rounder, come up with this app, which is very good. And it's not only for the rich, it's for everyone, everywhere in the world, London, UK, Australia, India, you name it. So we're looking to promote the app and get it out there so the kids, can have some fun and, some challenges pretty much on the app as well. So you're going to find yourself like a video game, put it in that aspect. And as you know, social media is huge and social media is taking over the world. So with the app, it should be easy going.
Going back to your days, I remember reading, I think it was Lucas Cricket Club. You said it saved your life. Your background was similar, and something like this can really help the kids now because they're constantly on their phones.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, big shout out to Lucas Cricket Club. Yes, it's pretty much my life. And they have done everything for me. I grew up without a television. I grew up without water sometimes as well. And because of Lucas Cricket Club, I was able to get a proper shower to go to school. So yes, I'm very thankful for that. And right now, I'm giving back to the club. So they actually paved the way for me now. Excel, made it to the highest peak. I'm grateful and thankful for that with their help. But most of the Caribbeans, we kind of suffering in a bit in the cricket department. The cricket kind of deteriorate a bit. We're trying to uplift that as much as possible. So, have some time at home as well. I'll try and uplift the game, within Jamaica as well. It's not a lot of cricket playing these days, man. These kids, as I said, they're always on their phone and they're doing something totally different. It's not like what they used to be, where you're on the street, where you drive by and you see kids playing on the street. It's totally different. But only in India that standard still stands. Where you go in a park, cricket is always playing. Bangladesh, in the subcontinent, these things do happen still. I think that's why the growth of their game is actually improving a lot more better than us these days.
And speaking of India, somewhere where you are obviously a god, a lord, for what you've done on the field, I look at this and I go, you've got the highest amount of sixes in IPL history. You've got the highest score, I think, in IPL history so far. Andre Russell's got the best strike rate. Dwayne Bravo's got the most wickets. Alzari Joseph's got the best figures. Sunil Narayan's bowled the most dot balls. What is it with West Indians in the IPL? Is it just
They should name the league.
calmness that you all give? It's just, I know the financial is always there, but the calmness that you give, are you just suited for Indian
Exactly. Yeah,
cricket?
that's the word. We're pretty much laid back. The Caribbean people are pretty much laid back, and we love to have fun. We enjoy our game. Once we're out there in the middle of the field, and like I say, it's a lot of records you point out owned by the West Indians. So that's fantastic. Listen to me. I'm happy to be a part of that as well. So it's been the IPL is such a fantastic thing that happened to the game of cricket. It actually pull people together. When if I play against England, we have a bit of rivalry and those sort of things. But once Chris Gayle and Steve Harmison in the same team, we becomes friend, and the game kind of have that sort of friendly atmosphere these days because of the IPL, because everybody sort of interact now who used to be very arrogant or towards. But IPL, payday wise, it's fantastic as well, life changing as well. So we have to give credit to IPL, without a doubt. It's something fantastic that happened to the game of cricket, and I'm happy to be a part of that history.
Speaking of the IPL, you've played in so many leagues around the world. international games. Is there anything like the IPL, or is this just something that's just completely different?
I mean, separate from the World Cup, I think the IPL is the next biggest thing. To be honest with you, I mean, all the franchise teams I've played in, or should I say, all the leagues I've played around the world. The IPL is definitely number one. You know, the IPL is up there, you know, and yeah, I love it. You know, I really love it, and it's a great atmosphere to play, in India. You know, but it's separate from each and every one. Not only because of the pay as well, you know, but that's where all the big names is pretty much playing in, you know, at the same time. So yeah,
And
I mean, I love
you
the
talked
CPL. Don't
about
get me wrong, you know, I love my Caribbean Premier League. I love my Caribbean Premier League, you know. I'm an island
yeah,
boy.
you talked about sort of Steve Harmison and Chris Gayle playing together. We didn't play together, but we played against each other quite a bit. And I always enjoyed playing against Chris Gayle because there was something happening all the time. The crowd loved Chris Gayle batting. I loved bowling at Chris Gayle because I thought I could either go for 6, I could go for 4, or I might have a chance of picking a wicket up. I was always on the edge, but you seem to be always calm. And was that like that inside as well? Were you in the IPL, in international cricket? Were you as calm on the inside as what you were on
Yeah,
the outside?
absolutely, absolutely. But you know what comes with both is a lot of pressure. You know the expectation. You know because you set a standard. You know you've been so consistent scoring runs. I'm talking from a batting point of view, and you're getting this big box as well, and the pressure, the fans. So the IPL is not as easy as it looks. It's a lot of pressure, and it's tough. It's really and truly tough, especially when you don't get the result you want as well. You know, so it's a lot of pressure. You know, the international game, you know, it's pretty much pressure as well. But I think the most pressure ever felt was the IPL. I wonder if because you say, hey, you know, you get bought for $1 million, so you want to deliver the goods, so you put yourself under that excessive pressure, and it can take a toll on you if it doesn't go well. Some players don't even play the game. They had a chance. They're sitting on the bench, you know, so it's totally different.
What was it like going in? Probably the biggest pressure dressing room was probably would you fair to say the RCB, because they had
Absolutely.
Virat Kohli, yourself,
Yeah.
AB de Villiers. What was it like in that dressing room, in that IPL dressing room especially?
You know, honestly, it was a fun atmosphere. We try and keep it a bit relaxed, but when we weren't getting the result, it was something totally different. A matter of fact, when I first joined the team, I forgot the name of the coach from South Africa, but you know, the RCB was at the bottom of the table at the time, and then you know, long story short, we made it to the final, and the coach came to me and said, "Chris Gayle, thank you so much. You saved my job." He said, "Yo," he was shaking my hand, and he never stopped thanking me because you could see the stress and the pressure he's going through, and you could say, like I said, he's about to lose his job, and then it just happened, and just work out and everything. But the dressing room was fantastic. You know, to share a dressing room with like the likes of Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, some fantastic players, you know, passed through the dressing room of RCB. You know, played it with Shane Watts. You know, Derek Nanas was injured at the time. You know, I replaced him. You know, so yeah, it was really good. You know, but we just didn't get that title. You know, been to the final twice with RCB, and we just didn't get across that line. You know, so I guess it's not meant for us, but hopefully it can change. And then I would love for RCB to win an IPL title.
And you
No, no,
mentioned
no, no joke about that. I'd love to see that.
you meant you,
Yeah,
you
Ray
mentioned
Jennings, the
Virat.
coach. Yeah,
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 Ray Jennings. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
Ray
Yeah.
Jennings, Ray Jennings. Yeah, yeah.
You mentioned Virat there, and you played with Brian Lara quite a bit, and some other great players. But was it a different pressure for Virat's career than it was for Brian's career because of what India is and the leader of Indian cricket? What was it like for Virat, and just give us a sample size of what your life was like and the pressure you were under compared to what Virat was under?
I wasn't under no pressure at all. I was enjoying myself, but I mean, I was having fun because those days, you know, the IPL was the IPL at those days because after a game, you know, they set it up so the players could have fun. They have the after parties and those other things, so you can feel a bit relaxed. So it was really, really good. But for a guy like Virat, you know, he's under tremendous pressure. You know, at all times as well. You know, I mean, he's a captain leading from the front as well. So you could see the little bit of ease when things kind of, relax a bit and we start to win a few more games, and then eventually, he kind of get set into his own. But listen, me to play cricket in India or to represent India, I'm sure that comes with a lot of pressure. We feel the pressure, yes, but that side, 1 billion people, unbelievable, and they worship the game there as well. So it's something they really look up to, and they want you to actually produce the goods and fall into other legend footsteps like a Sachin or a Ganguly, Laxman, Javid. So the standard is set very high for Virat, but he's a legend of the game. He's a legend of the game. He has accomplished a lot of things so far, within the sport as well. So that's fantastic. He's maybe under a bit of pressure now. And he hasn't scored a century for quite some time now, a couple of years now. So stepped down as captain. So it's something different for him now. And I'm sure you'll add up and you'll bounce back from that.
I was going to get onto the wardrobe, but I was thinking about tracksuits that you've had in your career. Have you ever thought about, I'm going to the game in the wrong tracksuit here? I've played for that many teams.
You know what? I was trying to find all the jerseys that are all of the team jerseys I represent. So I want to frame them one day, and sort of put them on the wall and say how many teams I've actually represent. There's a lot of teams, man. 14 teams, or so it could be more. I'm just guessing the number, but there's a lot of tracksuits in my storage room. A lot of tracksuit. You have to start to give them out to charities.
I'm gonna put you under pressure now. I'm gonna help you pick the best team out of them 14 or them however many teams you've got. Chris Gayle has got to play. He's number one. If you're picking a 1 to 11 that you've played with, Gayle number one. Who goes in first for you? You're looking at Dilshan, RCB. I've got Warner, Sydney Thunder, Evan Lewis with the West Indies, Shivnarine Chanderpaul, KL Rowell. Who would be your opening partner in the Chris Gayle?
I'm going to pick Shivnarine Chanderpaul.
Yeah,
I'm
Shivnarine
going to pick, I'm
Chanderpaul.
going to pick him as an opening batsman. I'm going to pick Shivnarine Chanderpaul. I'm going to pick Chanderpaul.
I
Absolutely.
played with Shiv. I played with Shiv at Durham, and
He's very
Shiv was always.
dangerous player, man. I mean, you might see him in Test cricket doing this, but he's a dangerous player. Dangerous.
He played at Durham. He batted at number 3 at Durham against Somerset. Andy Caddick bowled quickly, and Shiv hit him for 2 fours and a 6 his first 3 balls. In about 30 seconds before he faced his first ball, he was snoring on the balcony, fast asleep. He was blowing them. We
Yeah,
got a wicket. He went 4-4, pick up 6, and I'm like, 30 seconds ago he was asleep. The man was
yeah,
brilliant. Man was
yeah.
brilliant.
We'll have to sleep.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna. This is a tough question. Both Brian Lara and Virat Kohli come up to you and say, "I want to bat 3 in your all-time team. Who bats 4?" You've got to choose between Brian or Virat at number 3.
Nah, that's easy, man. It's Brian Lara, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian would bat at number 3.
What was Brian like?
He's a very moody guy, straight up. He's a very moody guy. You have to something you have to expect the unexpected with him. World class player, man, world class player, unbelievable. I remember watching Brian Lara before I actually represent West Indies. They played against Australia at Sabina Park. I was in the party stand, not thinking about representing West Indies at the time, and they lost a couple wickets in the night, maybe 4 wickets, and Jimmy Adams and Brian Lara survived the night, and they came back the next day and they batted the entire day. I think Brian got a double and Jimmy's got about 97, 90 something. He didn't score 100. I know that. So that always stand out, within my mind to actually witness, a proper innings like that. I was there live to witness that. But yeah, the man is a genius, man.
Brian at 3, Virat at 4. You mentioned somebody before. Who would keep wicket for you? Would it be A.B. de Villiers or would it be Ramdin or try to think of any other West Indians?
Nah, I put AB to keep you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll put him there.
AB at 5, and then
Yeah, I'll put AB at 5.
you've got some great countrymen in that shorter format.
So
In
many.
what order would you have Kieran Pollard, Andre Russell, Dwayne Bravo? Would that be your middle order, or have you played with anybody else in the IPL where you think sort of 6, 7, 8 can
At
rival
6.
Pollard, Russell?
Yeah, we're gonna need all rounders. So obviously, yeah, I'd go with Pollard for sure. Yeah, I'd go
Yeah.
with Pollard. Yeah.
Russell, Bravo.
You listen to me. Bravo definitely does make the team for sure. I don't know where he's gonna
Yeah.
bat, but Bravo will be in the team for sure. Bravo will definitely be in
So,
the team. Bravo will
well,
definitely be in the team.
what about Andre Russell? Easy in
I'm
there
picking
as
Russell
well.
as well. I'm picking Russell. I'm not
So
gonna leave him.
you're going that. Who's the best spinner you've played with?
Sunil Narayan. We're
Son
picking
and
a
Lorraine.
T20 team, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I don't think we can pick a test team when talking to the universe boss. I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you never know.
we have to pick a T20 team.
I'll go with Sunil Narayan.
And what about your two fast bowlers at the end? I know you played with Walsh and Ambrose. Are they the two the best bowlers you've played with early in your
I mean,
career,
Ambrose
or
is mean. He doesn't give away anything. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah?
very tight, very economically tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would
I'll
you
go with Ambrose.
you go with Ambrose, and who is the best fast bowler you've played with?
Oh man, so many quality fast bowlers I've played with, man. Walsh, Ambrose. Who else? I'm talking from. You're talking
If you had to
overall.
pick two, if you had to pick two overall, who were the best two fast bowlers you've played with?
I'll go with that combination, Walsh and Ambrose.
Welsh and Ambrose. It's not a bad
Yeah,
side.
yeah, it's a you know nice combination.
Not a bad side. And Welsh and
Yeah.
Ambrose, they would have been able to play T20.
Like I say, Ambrose is very economical, so I mean, you never know. With Walsh always searching for wickets,
So
So
we
we
go.
need a wicket taker. We need a wicket taker with a new ball and one try and keep it tight.
So we going. We're going. Gayle, Chandapol, Lara, Coley, De Villiers, Pollard, Russell, Bravo, Sunil Narayan, Walsh, Ambrose. It's not a bad team
Yeah,
for
not a
Chris
bad
Gayle's
team.
World 11.
Yeah, it's not a bad team. Yeah.
We'll go back to the app. What is your biggest one thing that you hope that will come of what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve, and what you're trying to promote within the game?
And it's very simple. It's very simple. Life is simple. If you keep it simple, it can be very simple. It cannot be that complicated. But we want subscribers, for the Cricket All Rounder app, and just enjoy it. That's about it. You gotta enjoy it, and it's something. While I was filming for the app as well, the challenges within it, it's so funny. When you don't get it right, you want to keep doing it over and over and over again because you want to get it right, and you can get points, or you can be up in the rankings. You want to be the number one, so it's going to be very very interesting when the kids sort of get into it and start loving this app.
And what's happening with Chris Gayle and the universe boss now? What's on the cards in the next few months, in the next year? What are you up to?
Listen, I'm just taking a year off the cricket. I'm taking a break now, pretty much. Next year you'll see me back on the scene. I'm just trying to sort out a few things now and try to adapt to this new life now. Separate, always being on the field, so I'm trying to adapt more so off the field by looking after yourself, setting up businesses. Make sure everything in place. You don't want to be left in the wilderness. So you got to make sure everything pretty much is in the right place.
Well, big man, it's great to see you. It's been
You too,
fascinating
man.
and excellent as ever to talk to you. Good luck with the app.
Yeah,
Enjoy
thanks, man.
the
Appreciate it.
UK, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
All right, thanks, Steve. Appreciate it, man.
Cheers,
Go
pal.
well. Cheers.